Baruch haba b'shem Yahovah. Blessed is he who comes in the name of Yahovah. This is the Torah portion Yithro, which means Jethro in English. And it is Exodus chapters 18, 19, and 20. And it's actually the Torah portion I was born under. So here we go. We got about 9 Aleph and Tavs. If you see one that's not marked, just let me know in the comments. And Yithro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of Aleph and Tav, all that Elohim had done for Moshe and for Israel his people, that Yahovah had brought Israel out of Mitzrayim. Then Yithro, Moses' father-in-law, took Tzipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, which is the biblical word for divorced, with her 2 sons, of whom the name of one was Gershom, for he said, I have been a stranger in a foreign land. And the name of the other was Eliezer, for he said, Elohe of my father was my help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Yithro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife to Moshe in the wilderness, where he was encamped at the Har HaElohim, or the mountain of Elohim. Now he had said to Moshe, I, your father-in-law Yithro, am coming to you with your wife and her 2 sons with her. So Moshe went out to meet his father-in-law, bowed down and kissed him, and they asked each other about their well-being, and they went into the tent. And Moshe told his father-in-law, Aleph and Tav, all that Yahovah had done to Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake. Aleph and Tav, all the hardship that had come upon them on the way, and how Yahovah had delivered them. Then Yithro rejoiced for all the good which Yahovah had done for Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Yithro said, Blessed be Yahovah, who has delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians and out of the hand of Pharaoh, and who has delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that Yahovah is greater than all the gods, for in the very thing in which they behaved proudly, he was above them. Then Yithro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices, La Elohim, to Elohim. And Aaron came with all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moshe, his father-in-law, before Ha-Elohim. So it was on the next day that Moshe sat to judge the people, and the people stood before Moshe from morning until evening. So when the father-in-law of Moshe saw Aleph and Tav, all that he did for the people, he said, What is this thing that you are doing for the people? Why do you alone sit, and all the people stand before you from morning until evening? And Moshe said to his father-in-law, Because the people come to me to inquire of Elohim. When they have a difficulty, they come to me, and I judge between one and another, and I make known the statutes of Elohim and his laws, or Torah Tav. So Moshe's father-in-law said to him, The thing that you do is not good. Both you and these people who are with you will surely wear yourselves out, for this thing is too much for you. You are not able to perform it by yourself. Listen, or Shema, now to my voice. I will give you counsel, and Elohim will be with you. Stand before Ha-Elohim for the people, so that you may bring the difficulties to Ha-Elohim. And you shall teach them the statutes and the laws, and show them the way in which they must walk and the work they must do. Moreover, you shall select from all the people able men, such as fear Elohim, men of truth, hating covetousness, and placed such over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens, and let them judge the people at all times. Then it will be that every great matter they shall bring to you, but every small matter they themselves shall judge. So it will be easier for you, for they will hear the burden with you. If you do this thing, and Elohim so commands you, then you will be able to endure, and all this people will also go to their place in peace. So Moshe heeded the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said. And Moshe chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. So they judged the people at all times. The hard cases they brought to Moshe, but they judged every small case themselves. Then Moshe let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way to his own land. Chapter 19. In the 3rd month after the children of Israel had gone out of the land of Mitzrayim, on the same day they came to the wilderness of Sinai, for they had departed from Rephidim, had come to the wilderness of Sinai, and camped in the wilderness. So Israel camped there before the mountain. And Moshe went up to Elohim, and Yahovah called to him from the mountain, saying, Thus you shall say to the house of Yaakov, and tell the children of Israel, You have seen what I did to the Egyptians, and how I bore you on eagle's wings, and brought you to myself. Now therefore, if you will indeed obey my voice, and keep my covenant, then you shall be a special treasure, or segulah, to me above all people, for all the earth is mine, and you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which you shall speak to the children of Israel. So Moshe came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before them all these words which Yahovah commanded him. Then all the people answered together and said, All that Yahovah has spoken we will do. So Moshe brought back the words of the people to Yahovah. And Yahovah said to Moshe, Behold, I come to you in the thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with you, and believe you forever. So Moshe told the words of the people to Yahovah. Then Yahovah said to Moshe, Go to the people and consecrate them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and let them be ready for the 3rd day. For on the 3rd day Yahovah will come down upon Mount Sinai in the sight of all the people. You shall set bounds for the people all around, saying, Take heed to yourselves that you do not go up to the mountain, or touch its base. Whoever touches the mountain shall surely be put to death. Not a hand shall touch him, but he shall surely be stoned or shot. Whether man or beast, he shall not live. When the trumpet sounds long, they shall come near the mountain. So Moshe went down from the mountain to the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said to the people, Be ready for the 3rd day. Do not come near your wives. Then it came to pass on the 3rd day, in the morning, that there were thunderings, kolot, which is voices, and lightnings, and a thick cloud on the mountain. And the sound of the trumpet was very loud, so that all people who were in the camp trembled. And Moshe brought the people out of the camp to meet with Elohim. And they stood at the foot of the mountain. Now Mount Sinai was completely in smoke, because Yahovah descended upon it in fire. Its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked greatly. And when the blast of the trumpet sounded long and became louder and louder, Moshe spoke, Elohim, and Elohim answered him by voice. Then Yahovah came down upon Mount Sinai, on the top of the mountain. And Yahovah called Moshe to the top of the mountain, and Moshe went up. And Yahovah said to Moshe, Go down and warn the people, lest they break through to gaze at Yahovah, and many of them perish. Also let the priests who come near Yahovah consecrate themselves, lest Yahovah break out against them. But Moshe said to Yahovah, The people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for you warned us, saying, Set bounds around the mountain and consecrate it. Then Yahovah said to him, Away, get down, or lech, red, and then come up, you and Aaron with you. But do not let the priests and the people break through to come up to Yahovah, lest he break out against them. So Moshe went down to the people and spoke to him. Now this part is the Ten Commandments. And when you read the Ten Commandments or say them out loud, it's a good idea to stand up. So that's what I'm going to do. Chapter 20. And Elohim spoke, Aleph and Tav, all these words, saying, that one verse in Hebrew says, Vaydaber Elohim et kol hadvarim ha'ele lemor. See how the Elohim is next to the Aleph and Tav right there. Anohi Yahovah Elohecha, who brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourselves a carved image, any likeness that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahovah Elohecha, am a jealous Elohim, or Elkanah, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing mercy to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of Yahovah Elohecha in vain, for Yahovah will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahovah Elohecha. In it you shall do no work, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahovah made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Therefore Yahovah blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which Yahovah Elohecha has given you. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his male servant, nor his female servant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's. Now all the people witnessed the thunderings, the lightning flashes, et kol, the voice, or the sound of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they trembled and stood afar off. Then they said to Moshe, You speak with us, and we will hear, but let not Elohim speak with us, lest we die. And Moshe said to the people, Do not fear. Ha-Elohim has come to test you, and that his fear may be before you, so that you may not sin. So the people stood afar off, but Moshe drew near the thick darkness where Ha-Elohim was. Then Yahovah said to Moshe, Thus you shall say to the children of Israel, You have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make with me gods of silver or gods of gold. You shall not make for yourselves. An altar of earth you shall make for me, and you shall sacrifice on it your burnt offerings and your peace offerings, your sheep and your oxen. In every place where I cause my name to be mentioned, I will come to you, and I will bless you. And if you make me an altar of stone, you shall not build it of hewn stone. For if you use your tool on it, you have profaned it. Nor shall you go up my steps, by steps, to my altar, that your nakedness may not be exposed on it. And that's the end of this Torah portion. The half Torah portion is Isaiah 6, 1 through chapter 7, verse 6, and Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6 and 7. Thank you for joining us. Have a blessed week. Shavua Tov.